you remember the rules?
Like any 11-year-old kid, for Devin Spence, rules
You don't peek.
sometimes just don't matter.
Don't look. You're cheating.
Okay, not looking.
Neither do
Ding, ding, ding.
odds,
We have a winner.
which is just fine
Let me see.
with Dad,
Good job.
Sean.
Devin and I have a unique bond. We're making big changes in our lives right now.
Their bond changed on a routine route down U.S. Route 62.
About a year ago now.
911's the address of your emergency.
Yes, there's been a severe accident with injuries. They're going to need an ambulance.
Sean Spence and his sons, Devin and Mason, were all in the car. Licking County Sheriff's investigators say another car hit them head-on after suddenly crossing the center line at 55 miles an hour. Everyone was hurt, but no one worse
So he wasn't showing any signs of
than Sean's oldest boy.
any possible recovery from the injury.
He had trauma that really affected the whole body.
Nationwide children's doctor Carl Gelfius says Devin broke both legs and arm and suffered the worst kind of traumatic brain injury.
He was really in a very extreme situation.
Yeah.
After more than 4 weeks on life support, Devin's dad faced a choice
They were saying that Devin wasn't with us no more. That
of odds.
some families, allow their child to go in peace.
But expectations, like rules, can bend. And one day, unexpectedly, Devin woke up.
They didn't know if Devin would walk, talk, smile, or show emotion. They didn't know what he was going to be able to do, but they thought he'd be a good candidate for rehab.
Good
Oh my gosh, he kills it. And find another spot for your feet.
in twice-a-week sessions, Devin's done what seemed improbable at best
Get ready for basketball.
and impossible at times.
Woohoo!
Here you go. Perfect.
Therapist Sarah Nord has helped him regain cognitive skills, thinking, remembering, and writing.
He is seriously, I guess for lack of better words, blowing people away with his abilities and his ability to do.
It's the greatest feeling that you can ever feel, to watch your son triumph over something that many people didn't think that he would be able to do.
The triumph
You try for me, okay?
has been trying. Devin's injured brain struggles with emotions. They change quickly. Encouragement
There you go.
comes constantly.
Nice work. Very good.
There's no I can't. But, as his dad, it's my job to make sure he bounces back from that.
Those setbacks have created new rules to overcome.
When he does get sick, he's to the point where he can't talk.
Devin gets sick with severe bouts of cyclic vomiting.
Episodes that occur about every 2 weeks where he vomits uncontrollably, and we have to be back in for rehydration. He's went all the way up to 20 days at a time.
This stay pushed Devin's total days in the hospital to nearly 200, and his dad
And I promised him in the car accident that I was never going to leave him, and that's what I
says he
did, so
hasn't missed one.
I'm not going to leave him.
Not an easy promise, he says, to keep as a single dad. Some rules don't budge.
Yeah, we lost my health insurance due to I wasn't able to work full-time.
Ready for it?
A recent insurance settlement has helped,
That muscle looks like The Rock.
along with the muscle of several state healthcare programs.
My dad just lied.
The crash report shows the driver responsible for the wreck was then 18-year-old Ethan McNabb. He told investigators he does not remember how it happened. He got a traffic ticket for 2 misdemeanors, paid a roughly $140 fine, and did not return my calls.
I couldn't tell you what's enough, what's not. I know that day was horrible. Here they come.
Determination to move on
High five!
Good job, good job, good job.
made Devin a patient champion at the Nationwide Children's Hospital Columbus Marathon.
Hey, Devin never gave up! You don't need to give up!
I am so proud of you.
More challenges are certain down the road.
We take it day by day, and that's all we can do, just love each other and keep growing and building that bond that we've built.
A bond that beat the odds and kept one rule unbroken.
Just caring for one another. That's what we do.
Mike McCarthy.
Bye.
ABC 6 News. South Harris Avenue, for one family, became hell.
It was hot. It was burning.
It's pretty devastating.
Vicki Prince, her husband, and 2 daughters could have been doomed overnight. Fiery demons devoured their home, invaded their attic, and nearly circled them in.
The smoke was really starting to overpower upstairs.
When you see flames that way, run from it.
And it was more if I was having a hard time breathing.
Salvation came through the front door, but before professionals arrived, the family got help. Maybe heaven sent.
Angel woke us up like that. That was good.
An angel.
Had to been to wake us up.
And I heard it sizzling, almost like firecrackers.
Colleen Radel lives next door.
My boyfriend started banging on their door, and I called the police from my cell phone.
Just
and
in time.
Then that was it.
Almost. Seconds after the family found safety.
Something exploded in the back. I don't know. I just got in my car, moved down the street.
We had propane tank for our grill and stuff like that. That blew.
It went poof. That was it.
Earthly investigators say it looks like some sort of accident. And with the day resurrected, the Prince family
we just wanted to say thanks.
Gave praise.
We would have been dead.
We would have been dead.
Oh,
saved our lives.
I know. I'm so glad you all got out so safe.
Thanks,
and found peace. Just knowing hell couldn't hold them. Mike McCarthy, ABC 6 News. Some homecomings are planned well in advance. Then there's ones like this.
Pretty much bringing back home
Lieutenant J.G. Bias,
naval officer that got killed.
Lieutenant Steve Bias died just more than a week ago.
Pretty much volunteered for a civilian mission over in Afghanistan.
Killed in action for an improvised explosive device.
More than 50 riders, most with the Ohio Patriot Guard, showed their condolences and support this morning.
We're going to escort him and his family from the Columbus airport over to Wellston, Ohio, to his home.
Not a quick trip.
I'm thinking it's about 80 miles, but I'm not 100% sure. I know we've got a great contingent of police that'll be escorting us all the way there.
But a trip to reflect upon
his ultimate sacrifice to preserve our freedoms is why I'm here today.
Many riding today didn't personally know the man they're riding for, but took his sacrifice personally.
I served 4 years in the Army, so kind of hit home with me.
My son's stationed in Afghanistan right now, so I'm doing whatever I can to show support.
There is no sadder time than having to bury a loved one from the war. So if we can bring a little ray of sunshine into their gloomy day, then that makes everything worthwhile.
No one expected this homecoming would come so soon, but it's one no one here could miss.
It's the highest honor there is.
The get-togethers come like clockwork.
We're women. It's social. It's always social.
Cheryl Rigsby and Bree Sifford.
I get bored with the color and change.
Join a group of ladies to make the most of their time.
It's extremely labor intensive.
So it takes like 60 hours to make one mat.
There could be future carpal tunnel in the future of some of these ladies.
Making mats.
I get a little tired.
And making amends.
The judge sentenced me to 15 years, and I have currently done 7, almost 7.5 of that time.
All that time at the Ohio Reformatory for Women.
I'll show you how I do it.
Sifford is serving 4 years for faking prescriptions.
This is 2 years today, as a matter of fact.
Everybody has a place that they can help with this process.
Rigsby's time is for forgery and theft.
We're still people that are doing good for other people.
Hopefully, it'll go to a good homeless person.
The free mats are also free of cloth.
I was very amazed to know that you can turn a blanket from a trash bag.
So it's actually called plarn, which is plastic yarn. And it's a technical term. It's actually in knitting books.
So it takes like 500 to 700 bags to make one.
Every bag first gets cut into strips.
And I'm attaching them to each other so that it makes one long chain that can be crocheted.
And it's a little harder than with yarn, but you know, it's It works.
To understand just how well, go north of downtown, over the tracks, into the woods,
Coming in.
to where Tammy Illig
That's mine.
spends her time.
Some tents have holes in them and they do leak. It can get pretty messy in a tent.
But look behind her. The patchwork of plastic covering this camp protects the little she owns.
Picks up all the mud, so when you go in your tent at night, you don't have to worry about dragging mud in your tent.
You see all the water's coming up out of them, and that's a beautiful thing because we didn't have these mats, this place would be a swamp. Like I said, they work wonders.
Edward Delco's mats,
layer,
buried in his bedding,
mat,
mean warmth,
layer,
and comfort.
And more mats to go all the way across.
Even for the toughest of times.
If I ever get a chance to meet the person or people that make these, I will give them a hug and a handshake and tell them a big thank you to go along with it.
They're pretty awesome.
The mat makers work in the prison's reintegration unit, meant to weave them back into society.
You think people incarcerated, you think homeless, they're the shunned ones.
Cheryl Rigsby can now admit she hurt a community.
The mat represents giving. It's finally taking time to look beyond yourself.
She wants to be remembered, though, for the time she helped another. Mike McCarthy, ABC 6 News.